Hey guys, I hope you're doing well. So I wanted to talk today about authenticity. Another awesome client conversation and project this week has led me to have a couple conversations around it, and I kind of love that my client conversations and what I'm working on really drives the content that I'm creating and sharing because it is how I remain in my own state of authenticity. And I kind of wanted to talk about authenticity and what it actually means, and and how you actually act in being authentic, and how you make it a part of your brand and you bring it into your work life and make it a part of who you are. So being authentic in and of itself is just acting in truth to your character, to your spirit, and to your personality. And what I've found is really it's like other things. It's a state of being. So you can come out of authenticity sometimes just based on your experiences or situations that you get into, work things that you might try, just things that you say yes to, being a person that wants to learn and grow and just accepting challenges that come your way. You might run into things and you find yourself just doing things that just don't feel right and they don't feel good. And most of the time, your intuition and your gut has been telling you all along that it didn't feel right. You've been acting and doing something, usually for money or financial gain or because you felt bad, acting out of what really feels genuine to you. So really, I tried to work with myself on figuring out a way that I could just gut check. And I'm a big, as you can tell if you've watched any of my other videos, I'm a big list person. I'm a big pros and cons weighing person. I like to see things out in front of me, and I make little lists for everything. But I really wanted to figure out how I could gut check and make sure on a really regular basis that the things that I was putting my energy towards were all things that made me feel good, and were things that felt rewarding and felt, challenging, because challenging is good, and there's a little bit of uncomfortable in the challenging because it helps you to learn and grow, but really just helped me to feel like I was getting to that next level and that I was doing something that felt like it was serving my purpose and protecting my energy, because really, truthfully and honestly, I don't have a lot of it. I'm a mom and I am a wife, and I try to have a life outside of the things that I'm doing, and for money. So really, but at the same time, I don't want to just work for money. I want to work towards something that feels like I'm providing a greater purpose and that I'm actually helping others and making a difference. So I want all of the work that I do to feel good, and I feel like everybody wants that too. So for me, I do a couple things. So I first, honestly, just try to get into that really clear meditative space. Like, I will get out my crystals and sage the room and light a candle and just really clear my mind, maybe meditate, definitely meditate, and just ask for just receptiveness from the universe and allow myself to be open to what is truly written on my heart. They're all things that you already know. When you are doing things, you get a good feeling. Like if you're at a networking event and you're connecting with people and it feels good and it feels genuine and you feel like you're learning and you're engaging, you get a great feeling inside when you're doing that. And sometimes when you go to work and you know that you have to walk into this meeting and you have to present something that you don't feel comfortable with, and outside of just the material, that's a completely different thing. Like nervousness and what you're actually doing are two completely different things. But if what you're doing in action and in your heart is something that doesn't feel genuine to your spirit and to your character, that's going to deteriorate how you feel and how you work. You'll know. So for me, I like to break it down into 3 different areas. I write out all of my responsibilities, pretty much all of the major projects that I'm balancing right now, on one left side column. In the middle, I write just how it makes me feel. Does it feel good? Does it feel like I'm making a difference? Do I feel like I'm contributing? What are the feels that I get from contributing to this effort? And then finally, what is the action plan that I'm going to take to either make the feels better, or maybe it's not doing that thing anymore. Maybe it's walking away from that one thing that I'm balancing. And I always try to look at those things from 3Ts. It's honestly just from a point of like, am I trying something new? Am I trying something different and going out of my comfort zone and not being afraid to fail, because that's how I'm really going to learn. So trying from transparency of being honest with myself and also sharing my situation with others and getting feedback as I go along, because it helps me to shape how I'm looking at it in my own right. And finally, from a place of just truthfulness and trust, and just like trusting in yourself that everything that you've done before has turned out okay. You know, you've gotten to where you are now and you've built upon this platform of experience, and also just being truthful with yourself and looking at everything from like without rose-colored glasses and from a very non-biased perspective. So I'm going to show you my little thing. I'm sorry that this video is a little bit longer than normal. If you want this, I will gladly share it with you. It just kind of talks about the things that I'm doing now and how I feel about them and what my action plan is. And it just helps me just gut check to know that I'm living in a state of authenticity and that I feel good about the things that I'm contributing to. And if there's areas that I need to make changes in, or correct, or just course correct as I'm going, I feel comfortable doing that. So I hope this helps you, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week. Take care.